My mother always told me, she said, aim for the stars. You might only hit the chimney pots, but if you aim at the stars, you got a shot to hit them. It was such a thrilling and free experience, and the noise was just, I mean, it was unbelievable. I'd never experienced anything like it in my life. I met a guy named Clay Lacey, who's here tonight, and I went for a ride in a Learjet, and that's what really changed my life in aviation. Ever since that time, I've been in aviation, one facet or another, and it really became my passion for the last 46 years. Chuck Lyford and myself, we formed a company called Jet Air, and we got involved because of Clay Lacey. And the company my father was associated bought a Learjet, and we became a distributor in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, and then we had the distributorship for Canada in the late 60s. When you fly into an airport in a Learjet, that would be a lot of times the first jet that had ever been there, and people were just, they thought you were from outer space. Another fellow, myself, Scott Kidwell, and then Bruce McCaw came in later. We started a little airline called Horizon Air. We sold it to Alaska in 1988.
You know, I think as Horizon started growing bigger and becoming more structured, I think Joe was looking for something exciting to do. I mean, he's very determined, he's very loyal to people, and he's very driven.
The optimism that he came across with is infectious. He's very, very good at putting together a team, make things happen. I think that's obviously aptly demonstrated in his later years here with Aviation Partners.
Joe was, again, looking for something new, and he kind of focused on winglets and a way to build a new winglet that would be far more efficient.
So I got together a bunch of retired Boeing engineers, Lockheed engineers, some who still work with me today, led by Dr. Louis P. Gratzer. And we designed a new winglet for the Gulfstream, which was the blended winglet concept, and we got a drag reduction of 7.33%. Nobody believed it. Borgy Boskoff with Boeing came to me and asked me if we could put winglets on the Boeing business jet. He said, our people know they don't work, but we just want them for the look. So we designed a winglet, and it worked, and then we formed a joint venture with Boeing, and now we're on, our winglet technology is on 3,600 airplanes.
The breakthrough of getting Boeing to allow someone else's airplane aerodynamic design to go on its production line was unprecedented. And I would give Joe Clark 110% of the credit for all of the business discipline, the marketing, and the sales of that program.
It's a huge innovation, and it's still, I think, one of the great things about our country, that a guy with an idea and some people with some smarts can get together and come up with something and outsmart the big companies.
Well, we're looking at 9 different airplanes now to put winglets on. We're flying the Spiroid concept, which is a double winglet, on the Falcon airplane in about a month. We're doing a flight test with JetBlue on a new winglet right now for the Airbus A320. And there's 4 other business jet programs that we're in the process of designing winglets for.
Like Baron Hilton always kind of kids him and saying, well, how good a salesman do you have to be? He said, to sell a product that saves 5% fuel, pays for itself in 2 years. He said, what kind of salesman does it take to do that?
Bruce McCaw and Clay Lacey and myself, we put together the Friendship Foundation, and we set the world speed record around the world for fastest humans, and we raised $530,000 for children's charities.
I think we all feel there was something so special about that trip. And when we took off from Seattle and landed here 36 hours later with a record, it was just amazing. Something I'll never forget.
My philosophy is surround yourself with the smartest people and the hardest working people you can find, and carry the water buckets for them, and that's what I do. I think if you learn from your mistakes and keep going ahead, and the main thing is to really find a passion, something you love. If you find something you love in life, you won't think you've worked a day for the rest of your life. I love what I do so much. You know, I live my dream. I fly my airplane 3 times a week, which is a Learjet, and we're designing new products. It's really, I kind of wake up in the morning and pinch myself just to make sure it's really all happening.